I have updated information about the application process for residency. Welcome back. This is Charmel and Grecia sharing information about retiring in Costa Rica. I want to reemphasize that I am not an immigration attorney or a relocation consultant. I don't charge for webinars or consultations or retreats of any kind. I am just a grandmother living on Social Security, sharing experiences about the process of moving to a foreign country. So, about 7 months ago, I started working with an immigration attorney's office so that I could apply for temporary residency. Now, I decided to make that move after living here for about a month, so I gave it careful consideration. So, it took about 7 months for all the paperwork to be gathered and properly translated into Spanish and apostilled. And so I now have a receipt. I received this yesterday with a number on it for temporary residency. So this permits me to stay in Costa Rica without the requirement to leave every 180 days. So people who are here as tourists on a tourist visa are required to leave every 180 days. You don't have to fly back to the United States or Canada. You just have to cross the border and get your passport stamped. But so far, I've been flying back to the United States every 180 days, and I will continue to go back to the United States to see my family and friends. But I have a little bit more flexibility about when I do that. I won't be required to go every 180 days. So I don't, when I book a flight to Costa Rica, I don't have to have a return flight to the United States already booked. I can just show them this number from this piece of paper, this receipt that proves that I have applied for temporary residency and I am permitted to stay here as long as I would like under certain conditions. Now, temporary residency, again, is not permanent residency. This process to be approved for temporary residency could take 3 months to 1 year or longer. The system is really backed up with people who are applying for temporary residency. So after temporary residency is approved, then it takes another 3 years approximately to achieve permanent residency. And every year I would have to remember to reapply for temporary residency. And then 4 years after permanent residency, I could consider citizenship, which I probably will never do. But the point is, it takes 7 to 8 years to go through the whole process. And I imagine that that's not too much unlike what is happening to people in the United States. It takes years and years and years, and you have to go through so many steps, and you have to make sure that you don't skip a step. And once you've made it over one hurdle, you have to make sure that you continue to keep up that part of the process until you reach the next hurdle. And so it's just a long process and can be expensive. So that's just a little bit about relocating to Costa Rica and applying for temporary residency. You don't have to apply for temporary residency or any kind of residency. I know people who have lived in Costa Rica for years and years and years as tourists on tourist visas. Some people have lived here for 3 years, 5 years, 15 years, 25 years, 45 years. But as long as they are a tourist on a tourist visa, they are required to leave every 180 days and then re-enter Costa Rica, which I will no longer be required to do. I'm permitted to stay here if that's what I choose to do. So if you have additional information, please put it in the comment section. Pura vida, ciao.